All right, Derek, I think we have you. How are you doing tonight?
Not doing too bad. Coming through all right?
Yeah, sounds good. A good call on the Jones show. I heard that at work today, and I think you rattled this cage pretty good.
I was hoping so. I think I did myself. He, after that, had to ask Schlafly about it, and she, oh my God, I don't know if you heard what she said. I'm assuming you probably did, if you heard that call, but it was just the Knights of Malta have, that and the whole military thing, the Knights of Malta ties to the high-ranking military officials coming out of Seymour Heard, oh, that's nonsense, and whitewashes that to hell, and then it was just, the whole thing was awful. Like, the first thing out of her mouth was endorsing the two-party system. Like, we need to support the Republican Party, and it's the one way that we're going to restore liberty to this country and take our country back. Schlafly, oh my Lord.
Yeah, just total lies.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Then earlier in the show, Jones was like, when he was talking to me, he was like, well, sir, I'm above the two-party system. And it's like, really? Well, if you're above the two-party system, Jones, then why, when Schlafly was endorsing Republicans, were you not up her ass like nobody's business?
Well, exactly, and that's what I found really strange about the interview, because it really sounded as if almost like he was afraid to bring up some of the topics that he brought up to her. And towards the end of the interview, he was practically apologizing to her for asking her all these different questions. The whole thing was completely absurd.
Yeah, it definitely was. I actually have the audio of the call to the Jones show. If you'll allow me to play it. What I'm doing is I actually have a series on my YouTube channel that is exposing the Jones issue in relationship to the CNP. I have a few videos up there. This will be the next one in the series, and I'm like halfway done with it. It's like probably about 5 minutes now. I don't know if there's enough time to play it, but I could play that. There's a little bit of breakdown and analysis commentary by myself in there, along with going along with the call.
Well, do you have the call from today?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Is there any chance you can fast forward to that place where the call is? Because I think the audience would like to hear the call specifically.
Oh, that's what it is. It's the call, but then basically it's like half of the call or so, and then after half of the call, I kind of touch on a couple things that just happened, and then it's like the other half of the call, and then afterwards I touch on some things that happened. But it's like a 5-minute clip total.
Okay.
The call.
All right. Well, it's gonna be close. All right. Well, let's try to play it. Why not? Go ahead and play it, and we'll see if we run out of time.
All right. I think it should fit.
Okay.
Derek, you're on the air. Thanks for calling.
Hey, no problem, Alex. What's going on? I thought you were talking to GSP for a second.
I don't know what's GSP.
George St. Pierre. He's a French-Canadian MMA fighter. I thought you might know if you pay attention to mixed martial arts now and then. Anyways, you had Charlotte Iserbate, I think, on sometime recently,
yes.
And she wanted to go over the CNP issue, and during that interview, you actually claimed that Joel Skousen agreed with her position on the CNP, and that's completely incorrect. Actually, Joel Skousen you had on previously, and Joel said that the group was ineffectual and did nothing but collect fees. And Iserbate said that they were nothing but dirty, and that they're the top of the Republican Party, the dirtiest of the dirty players in power.
Sure, but I mean, Derek, you know, like you imply, she wanted to talk about it. I had her on specifically for a second interview because at the end of a show once she was bringing it up and the show ended, so I had her back up for more than 30 minutes to get into it. Then it went off into Ronald Reagan, and I'm going from memory about what Skousen said. He was talking about conservative groups in Washington. I thought he'd said the CNP, but we'll have him back up and bring that up to him. I do 3-4 hours of radio every day, so it's.
Notice here that Alex Jones is acting as if he does not completely remember what Joel Skousen said in the interview that Alex conducted previously with him. However, Alex Jones had already stated in the Charlotte Iserbate interview as a fact that Joel Skousen shared her position. Alex claimed that Joel Skousen was in agreement with Charlotte Iserbate, and that's completely incorrect, and Alex knows damn well what Joel Skousen said, and if Alex can't remember exactly what Joel Skousen said, then Alex should not be stating as fact
that Joel Skousen agreed with Charlotte Iserbyt. This is at best real poor journalism, or at worst, a complete whitewash. Between this and all the other evidence, you can make up your mind which it is.
You know, I do 3-4 hours of radio every day, so I had her on to cover the subject. I mean, is there something wrong with that?
No, not at all. I think it's about time you talked about it. I mean, you've been covering it up for, like, how many years now? People have tried to bring it up to you, and you've claimed that it was a CFR-funded left-wing conspiracy theory, and it was a big distraction.
Well, sir, I'm above left-wing and right-wing, and I do think the Council on Foreign Relations is more powerful than that conservative spin-off group. But, I mean, people invent things to be controversies as drama queens. People are so jealous of the show. This is out.
Here, Alex Jones claims that people are drama queens and these people just make things up. Well, who made what up, Alex Jones? You made up the fact that Joel Skousen agreed with Charlotte Iserbyt. That was completely not true. That was absolutely made up. I, Derek in the Midwest, did not make up anything, and I am certainly not a drama queen. Who is it, Alex Jones, that screams louder and more violently than a silverback gorilla being raped by a bulldozer 6 days a week on his radio show? Is that Derek in the Midwest, or is that Alexander Emmerich Jones? Alex Jones also claimed that he's above the left-right paradigm, and I find that absolutely silly, considering what took place just a short matter of hours later when he had Phyllis Schlafly on the show, and the first words out of Phyllis Schlafly's mouth were praising the Republican.
Well, that's pretty much what I was touching on earlier, so then there you have that.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good call. You rattle his cage, and you know, if anybody listens to the Phyllis Schlafly interview, it's true. Right at the very beginning, she talks about how we have to use the Republican Party to do all these things, and she believes in the two-party system, and that right there, I mean, that should have just raised all sorts of red flags, and Jones should have been questioning her furiously about that if what he said to you was true, which he did not. So, again, you just see more hypocrisy from this guy.
Yeah, it never ends, and it's going to continue, and Jones is going to continue to get bigger, and that's just the next step in the equation. Like, I mean, look for Jones to be a major guest continuously on Fox News in the future, possibly some number of years down the road, maybe even less, have his own show on Fox News eventually, or possibly True TV, something to that effect. I mean, that's what, that's just what looks to be the logical progression with this guy.
Yeah, well, isn't he going to be on that History Channel show Decoded in some Bohemian Grove stage event?
Yeah, he was talking about that earlier today. Allegedly, like, he was talking about some craziness where, like, he had to run away from security and dive in the water. I don't know.
Yeah, what the hell's up with that?
It was pretty nuts. I was like, Jones, I'm not buying it.
It sounds like that they just staged the entire thing and it's like reality television, like bad reality television. That's totally what I think it is. That's just
it's pretty much there.
That's just completely nuts. Well, hey Derek, we got like a minute left. So is there anything else you want to end with?
Not really. Just if everybody wants to check out my YouTube, youtube.com/Derek in the Midwest. I got a bunch of videos up there. If you like what I got to say, let me know. Shoot me an email, DerekInTheMidwest@gmail.com. I do a radio show every Sunday and Wednesday at SlimSwayze.com, 7 to 9 p.m. Check that out. That's about it. Thanks for having me, Lee. I'll talk to you sometime in the future.
All right, take it easy. I'll check out that video that you posted. That sounds interesting. Man, yeah, I mean, that whole interview with Phil Schlafly, just ridiculous stuff.